the villagers' whispers had grown into full-blown accusations. Every day, Amora awoke to a new lie. Someone claimed she had taken more from the communal granary than her share. Another said she had cursed a family's crops because they had refused her help. A child was told that Amora had stolen his only goat, and even the elders began to murmur doubts. She went about her work as usual, helping and feeding, but everywhere she turned, there were cold stares, angry words, and accusations disguised as concern. Obinna, the merchant who had long envied her, took the lead in orchestrating her ruin. He gathered a few influential villagers and presented a carefully crafted story to the chief that Amora had plotted to steal from the king during the festival, that she had bewitched families in secret, and that she wanted to make herself the most powerful person in the village. The chief, who trusted the council and feared being seen as weak, reluctantly agreed to present her to the king. One morning, messengers came to Amora's home. They handed her a sealed decree. Her name had been placed in the king's black book. She had 7 days. 7 days before she would face judgment and, if the lies were believed, execution. The paper felt heavy in her hands, heavier than any load she had ever carried. The villagers she had helped turned away from her. Some spat as she passed, others refused to speak, their eyes filled with fear or hatred. Women who had shared her harvest whispered to their children to stay away. Men who had once laughed and joked with her now avoided her, pretending not to see her. Even her closest friends had stopped visiting. The loneliness was unbearable. Tears came often now, but she did not weep openly. She went to the river and let her fingers trace the water, imagining it carrying away her pain. Every night, she prayed silently, asking for courage and wisdom, though fear gnawed at her. Sleep came fitfully. She dreamed of being trapped in a dark room, alone, with voices accusing her of crimes she had never committed. As the days passed, the lies multiplied. One villager claimed she had cursed his wife's baby, causing it to fall ill. Another said she had stolen seeds meant for planting and given them to her own farm. Obinna continued to whisper in the ears of the chief and the elders, each lie designed to make her guilt seem undeniable. The elders debated and nodded, convinced by the careful storytelling, the anger of the villagers, and the sheer persistence of the accusations. By the 5th day, even Amora's heart began to ache with hopelessness. No one believed her. No one remembered her kindness. Every glance, every murmur, every pointed finger was a dagger. She moved through the village as if she were invisible, carrying water, feeding a sick child, tending her small garden, while her soul felt heavy with sorrow. The 6th day brought the deepest despair. Obinna's lies had reached the king himself. A royal messenger arrived with news. The king had read the accusations and, though troubled, had ordered her name to remain in the black book. No one would speak for her. No one would intercede. The festival approached, and the villagers whispered that justice would soon be done. Amora wandered to the outskirts of the village that evening, sitting beneath a large baobab tree. The sky turned pink and gold, but the colors did not lift her spirit. She thought of the families she had fed, the children she had taught, the elderly she had carried water for, and wondered if it had all been meaningless. Tears ran freely now, unashamed. The world had turned against her for being good, and even her faith in people felt shaken.